Hello everyone, welcome to episode 1 in a different playthrough. Same kind of thing, but this one is slightly different in the fact that this one is the Liverpool Legends. You may have seen my teaser trailer as such, where it was, but this is it. Look at that for a starting 11. Ian Rush up front. It's kind of a weird 4-4-2, 4-4-3 kind of thing. But that's it. Rush, Dalglish and Salah across the top. Barnes, Souness and Gerrard across the middle. And then a back four of Alan Kennedy, Jamie Carragher, Alan Hansen and Trent Alexander-Arnold gets one of the newer players, and then Ray Clements at the back. Plenty of subs on the bench as well. Bill Shankly, only rating at 65 at the moment, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I don't want to do the press conferences and stuff like that. They just don't seem to make sense. It's all really very generic, and the questions don't really add anything to it. So I'll kind of do my own. We are about to play somebody. Midtjylland away in the first Champions League game. For those of you who are following the Atletico series, you'll know that generally you're just going to play the cup games, and I'll either simulate or play the league games offline. In the most Liverpool way, we have only lost one game so far this season, and that was Sheffield United. Of course it was. That's so Liverpool. It is an OP team. I make no excuse for that. This is the best Liverpool team that I could think of. A lot of it is based on public votes and stuff that I found online. But this is the best Liverpool team, I think, ever. And the other nice thing as well, if I just bring you down here, is the kits. I'll show you the kits. That's the goalkeeper kit. Going back to the old trefoil Adidas logo. There it is, the Adidas. Can I rotate him? I think I can rotate him. There we go. Yep. So it's basically an updated version of the 1986-87 kit. And around the badge, you'll see it is the double winners text. It is the shirt that I wanted the most as a child. Well, it wasn't what I wanted the most as a child. It's one I got as a child, and then after growing up, realised that, oh my God, I wish I kept that shirt. So all red, home kit, white shirts, black shorts, white socks as the away kit, and then yellow shirts, black shorts, and yellow socks as the alternate kit. But we are ready to go. Champions League away for the first leg, so we can manage that. Black screen for a very long time. Come on, game, don't fail me now. There it is. It's gone a bit slow today. I don't know whether that's the game or that's my computer, but it has slowed down somewhat today. It does feel like it's struggling. The computer has been on a long time. I don't think I'm doing any processing in the background. But yeah, we are ready to go. I have to check. I don't think I've got the commentary on. I might have the commentary on. No, it would have come up by now if it was on. I'm terrible at remembering to turn the commentary off. The commentary this year is not brilliant, in fairness, I have to say. It has not been the best. I miss the Martin Tyler, and who was it last year? It was Alan Smith, wasn't it, for years? I do miss Martin Tyler. Don't know why he's gone. I may have to have a look at it. But this is the first group stage game. The old Crown Paints sponsorship as well for Liverpool as the teams just wander through the middle of that board. That's very rude. They could have wandered around it. Ian Rush, John Barnes. Mo Salah is another one of the modern players who gets in on that right wing. Or it can be replaced by Luis Suarez if he needs to. Kevin Keegan is on the bench. Robbie Fowler is on the bench. And they add a couple of other players as we go through. But yeah, you'll see Kenny Dalglish has his real head, and Steven Gerrard has his own head as well. A couple of the players I've gone as close to as possible, and basically it's a case of just trying to get hairstyles that kind of look like them. That's Ray Clements, who is an absolute god between the sticks, and there's big Alan Hansen. Probably, I think he's one of the tallest players on our team at the moment at 6'2". But yeah, that is the Liverpool. That is the Liverpool team. I'm interested to see the Champions League game presentation. Actually, I haven't seen it. I haven't played through this. I mean, I've come to FIFA, this version of FIFA, quite late as well, because obviously FIFA 22 is coming up shortly. I'm looking forward to FIFA 22. Apparently, it's going to have create a club within the game. So it might be a little bit more stable than the amount of time it's taken me to do all of this. But I'll be interested to see what the kit design and stuff is, whether it will accept the power of the PC and will allow it to, bring in textures and your own stuff from your computer. It would be interesting to see that. It is an absolutely incredible lineup. Jamie Carragher is in there. The other thing is as well, which is quite interesting, is that I've kept James Milner as well. I like James Milner. He's staying in there. The other thing that's quite interesting as well is that I lost my train of thought now. No, it's gone. Whatever it was I was thinking, it's gone. But we're underway. Yeah, absolutely incredible lineup. You're talking about my childhood heroes here. There were some players. There were some players from before I really started watching football who I thought about, like the likes of Billy Liddell and people like that. But I genuinely have no idea, what they were like as players. I know he was a striker and he scored a lot of goals, but you can make a team. I mean, in fairness, Graham Souness, as far as we're away here. Salah down the right, and look at the numbers streaming forward for the Red Men. That's a terrible ball, mate. No, Salah, I missed who we were in the group with then. I should have checked. Just haven't really added anybody later. Graham Souness was a little bit before my time, but as you can see from the kit, this is my fondest era, this sort of mid-80s to, early 90s. It was all over on the early 90s. Early 90s, we were on the decline, knocked off our perch, so to speak, by Ferguson and the like. Ferguson, who kept managing as long as he did because he wanted to beat Bob Paisley's European record and got absolutely nowhere near it. That's a fantastic ball. Flag stayed down as well. Should have chipped it. Come on, Kenny, you're better than that. Great timing of the run, though, from the Scotsman. Grew up a Rangers fan, Kenny Dalglish, and signed by Celtic. So big change for the boy. Salah's away again. Can we pull that back? We can. Gerrard! Oh, Stephen. Not a million miles away, and I tell you what, keeper had absolutely no chance if that was on target. Not a million miles away. Manager, obviously, the one and only, and the great Bill Shankly. I mean, he is well before my time. Well, not well, about 10 years. Which feels well before your time. Nice idea. Good work from Gerrard. Dalglish is going to try and work around the outside. There's Trent. Why was your cross, Trent? Good. Unfortunately, it was Mo Salah at the back post. For all the people you don't want it to be! Dalglish, unfortunately, just not on target. There was a touch on that, maybe. Kenny Dalglish, two-footed. As per George Best as well, there was a period in time, and various other things that I've read on the internet, there was a period of time where he was the best player in the world. So it was after sort of Johan Cruyff sort of reached the autumn of his career, and before Maradona really kicked home in '86. In that period, Kenny Dalglish was potentially the best player in the world. He got broken by Hillsborough, unfortunately, because he is and was one of the greatest footballers ever to have lived. And then as a manager, he went on and, did a huge amount. He was involved as a player as well. Ian Rush should score from there. Of course he does. Absolutely clinical from the Welshman. On his left foot. Two players, actually. Probably two players, if they were born in other countries, would have at least one World Cup winner's medal from their history. Ian Rush just, Wales could never qualify. Absolutely clinical finish from Rush. Slightly reminiscent of the 1986 FA Cup final goal, but not quite. Didn't quite hit the bottom corner, but close enough. To try and dig out that 1986 FA Cup goal. I don't know how easy it would be to recreate goals on this, but that was. I remember that. That's probably one of the first FA Cup finals I remember. That 1986 one. I'm vaguely aware of the one before, the year before. I think it was. I remember Norman Whiteside scoring for Man United to win 1-0. I think they were playing Everton at that point. We were talking. The other thing we were talking about Kenny Dalglish and him leaving Liverpool. And I think, if you're honest, he went through. I'll play that out. There you go. They're highly unlikely to give it me back, but I played it out because of that fella. I'm amazed that he stayed at Liverpool as long as he did. He went through huge personal tragedy, and he was a player during Heysel, which is not something that Liverpool fans really hide away from. They don't hide away from Heysel, but he was a player involved in that, and a manager. Yeah, just a manager at that point in '89 for Hillsborough. So he went through a huge amount, and then there was the level of expectation at that point where, Liverpool were just expected to win. And he showed that he could still do it. He went to Blackburn and he won the Premier League title with Blackburn. But outside of that, really, he didn't then do very much. He came back to Liverpool, won a Charity Shield, I think, and... I'll go. Nope, that's terrible. Oh, it's on target though. Jeez. John Barnes with the sneaky one. Won the Charity Shield. I think he won an FA Cup as well with us. He was given a shocking squad when he came back to us. We do like to see people return. Ian Rush, talking about people who returned, went to Juventus, came back. This is weird, isn't it? It's less of a football playthrough and more of a Liverpool history lesson. But I can't say it all because, at the end of the day, we'll have said it all in the first episode. 19 league titles. So we're still behind Man United. So there's a big debate as to whether Liverpool are the most successful team in Britain, and it all comes down to whether you count Charity Shields as a proper trophy or not. Some people do, some people don't. But it is what it is. I think if you count them, we are, and if you don't count them, Man United are, or the other way around. It's one or the other. Great left foot finish. Pretty close to the corner from Rushy. The thing I like about this as well is that when it comes to suggesting the substitutes to me, it's like replacing Salah with Suarez. So no, that's no good for Dalglish. I should have just played that pass then. Good interception. Not who I wanted to pass it to, but we're okay. Salah round the back. No, offside. Hold your run, Mo. Yeah, I don't know whether I need to pass that first time, or Rushy should be passing that first time, or holding and letting him come back, but we'll see. Just realised as well I know nothing about our opposition. I should have done a little bit of reading beforehand. Apologies if you are from there. And if you are from there and you're watching it, that's amazing, because I wouldn't have thought that would be a thing. Oh, Graham Souness with the mistake. Oi, nearly let them in, but Clement's down to his right. Easy fix. Surprised as well, because obviously some players, some icons and ex-players have heads in the game, which is why we have Steven Gerrard and Kenny Dalglish and John Barnes look like their real-life counterparts. There is some, there's a level of disappointment on some of them, if I'm completely honest. I don't think Jamie Carragher is at icon level. He's probably not worth them putting in the amount of work it would take. Quick feet from Dalglish, couldn't quite get the pass through. But really quite disappointed that Hansen and Souness aren't. They are absolute legends of the game. Souness especially, not just with Liverpool, went on and won numerous titles with Rangers, and also managed as well at Rangers. I think he was player manager at Rangers for a while. Scored goals at Sampdoria, one of the few successful exports to Italian football. We're away again. Here's Kennedy. Didn't quite get there, and they'll just clear that one away for a corner. Here we go. Here's some suggested subs. Yeah, Phil Neal. We'll bring Phil Neal on. Legend of the club. But how Graham Souness and Alan Hansen don't have faces in the game. Even Ray Clements. I suppose I'm biased because I'm English, but Ray Clements is one of the best keepers in the game. But would love to see heads for Hansen and Souness over the next couple of years. Certainly Hansen and Souness definitely deserve. I mean, they don't even have cards. You don't pick them up in Ultimate Team. Not that that is a game mode that I am remotely interested in. But I would dearly love to see, their heads. I mean, if you had a wish list, I would love, some level. Do you remember Game Face? Game Face was a thing where you could take a picture of your face and it would put it in the game. I'd like to be able to do that with any picture. So there you go. We'll swap Salah for Suarez. That's a terrible swap, and it's prime Suarez as well. It's not current old man Suarez. This is prime Suarez. Although I think it is. I mean, I've updated him. I've upgraded him, but it is the Atletico one. And I haven't changed his age, so I don't know how old he is. Kennedy does well to hold him off. Go back to Raymond. But I do think there's a number of people and a number of players that EA Sports really could add. Oh, John Barnes caught offside. Looks absolutely fantastic. He was genuinely one of my favourite Liverpool players, John Barnes. Because Kenny Dalglish was right on the cusp of retiring when I was growing up. So I Rush, Houghton, Beardsley, Aldrich, people like that were the people that I actually watched, but knew about the legend of Kenny, and obviously he was our manager. But I saw him more of a manager than ever as a player. Make a run, somebody. Oh, it's Steven Gerrard who's made the run. Just hit it, Steven. Oh, Steven. Still a powerful striker of the ball. Well, it looks like we're going to win the first one. We're going to win our first Champions League game. I think there is another one coming up quickly. I think it's Olympiacos in a couple of days. So that video will come shortly. Once I've sorted myself out and set that up. I may do some streaming as well. I don't know. I haven't quite decided on whether I want to do any streaming yet. Great save from Clements. Jeez, we could have found ourselves in all sorts of trouble there. Everyone just switched off. I think they were already on the bus back to the hotel. And James Milner wearing the number 31, because obviously Kenny Dalglish is taking the number 7. That was quite an interesting decision, because Kenny Dalglish, Kevin Keegan, there we go. That one will do us. 1-0. First league game, that's all we can ask for. First round of the league stages, we win that one. Kenny Dalglish, Kevin Keegan, Luis Suarez wore number 7 as well, so there was, you know, and James Milner, so we had to find a way of what we were going to do with changing the numbers, etc. But Kenny Dalglish was definitely going to wear the 7, and Rush was definitely going to wear the 9. Certainly some players held rank, but there we go. That is 1-0. Ian Rush with the goal. Like I said, the next game I think is Olympiacos. The fella in the middle of the park is not happy on his haunches. Jeez, settle down, buddy. It's only one game. Gerrard went close a couple of times this game. Just couldn't find the accuracy. Got to get used to how each player shoots and does what it needs to do as well. Yeah. Just couldn't quite get through there as well. So on that note, I think I'm gonna. I think we'll move on. I'm not doing the post-match interviews. I said this in my other series, but I'll say it here as well. They just don't make sense, because they ask questions that are stupid. I think I played 4 games in one of the leagues, and they said I'd condemned my opponent to relegation. When I checked the table, they were sat in mid-table, nowhere near relegation. So as far as this goes, I'll just have my own sort of post-match interview. Ask myself the questions. I think we went okay. I think we played okay. A win away is all you can really ask for. It's a new team for me, so getting used to how they play is going to take some time, and getting used to how the players finish and stuff like that. I think it's just going to take a little bit of time to get the chemistry back together. I'm tossing up between Virgil and Carragher at the back, but we'll make a decision. But great finish from Ian Rush, and about as close to the 1986 goal as we can get. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure spending my time with you as we move forward. And just have a look here. It should show us down at the bottom what our as we change to the Premier League. We'll have a look at the standings. Not that it's going to make a massive amount of difference so far, but we'll have a look and see. There it is, Champions League. Where we are, we're in second, just on goal difference. So Ajax will be the next one. Atalanta and Midtjylland. I should find out more about them, but that's the Champions League group stages underway. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. Until the next video, ta-ra.